Hello, I'm James Hamm, the Lone Star Dog Trainer here in Central Texas. And today we're working with Luke, a 1.5-year-old Chocolate Labrador. We're going to teach the sit command. Luke knows how to sit a little bit. They taught him at home with food, but he won't do it for any period of time, and he won't do it for anything but food. So we're going to teach him with the electronic collar how to do it and how to do it for a longer period of time. We begin with the dog on the position on the side of us that we're going to teach him to heel on. So when I begin to teach the sit, I'm going to do it on my left side where I teach dogs to heel. Come on. So, and what I'm going to do is I have to do a little coordination between my hand and the dog. My right hand, which also holds the transmitter, is going to be about 6 to 8 inches above the leash where it snaps into the collar. My left hand is going to be in a position where I can touch the dog's butt. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift up with my right hand while pressing continuous as I guide the dog's butt into a seated position. So break, come on, sit, sit, good boy, good boy, good boy. Luke is very wiggly, he's very excited, sit, good boy, sit, good boy, good boy. So he doesn't hold anything for very long. So this is something we're going to have a lot of repetitions on to teach him how to do it the way that we want. So when we move him around, heel, tap the button, move him around, get him back into the position, get myself ready, sit, good boy, heel, tap the button. Again, get my hands in position, sit, good boy, very nice, heel, tap the button, sit, good. And we're going to work that over and over and over, but I really want to make sure that he's not in front of me, he's not on my right side, he's not trailing me. I want him to be in the heel position so that over time he acclimates himself to being in this position. So I'm working on sit, but I'm also working on heel, because later I will incorporate heel into a sit position when we start to work the dog in different commands. Heel. Come on, buddy. Get my hands ready. Sit. Good. And initially, whether the dog knows sit or it does not know sit, I'm going to have my hands ready to guide so that as I add stimulation, it kind of changes the recipe. Where before, he had the recipe of a treat lifted in front of him, he put his head down, or his head up and his butt down automatically. Now I want him to understand that the recipe is a little different and there's stimulation in the mix as well. Heel. 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 And I'm not going to ask him to sit until I get myself ready. I want to be in the right position where he's even with my shoulders, and ideally, I want his paws even with my heels. But I want his shoulders and hips square to my shoulders facing in the same direction. The more I do that, the more likely my dog is to finish in that position as I work here and heel later. Heel. So every time I give a command, I'm tapping the button, heel. As I change direction, heel. Get myself ready for the sit, sit, and he will, over a period of time, understand that pattern that when I begin to slow up and get my hands ready, he's going to go into a seated position. And that's when I'm ready to start doing it without guidance pressure from my hand. I will be ready. If I need to, I can reach across and touch him, but I'm going to go from both hands moving to just one hand moving to no hands moving at all, and asking him to do it solely off collar pressure. Good job, buddy, good job. Heel. Heel. Very good, Luke. Heel. So I'm going to go just with the right hand. Sit. Good job, buddy, good job. Heel. Move him around a bit. It's a little warm, so he's going to fade fairly quick. Sit. Good. So as soon as he begins the motion of placing his bottom to the ground, I yield to the leash pressure, I take off the collar so that everything shuts off at the same time. So when he starts to do it correctly, there's no leash pressure, there's no physical guidance pressure, and there's no electronic pressure. The moment that he begins to do what's correct. Heel. Good job, buddy. Sit. So, good job, good job. Now, if he hangs and he puts his bottom in the middle and won't put it all the way down, or he stands back up, then I'm ready with my hands to put him in the proper position. So anytime that the stimulation is on, I have to be ready to guide the dog into the proper position, whether it's with both hands, one hand, or just a leash by itself. Good boy. Heel. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on, bud. There we go. Sit. Good boy, good boy. Good boy. Heel. Sit. So there he kind of turned his body, and I made him move a little bit, readjust, so that he finishes in the same position. Here, come on. Sit. What I want to do is create good habits. So if I always hold a dog to a standard or a definition of what sit is, meaning at my side, facing the direction that I'm facing, square to my shoulders, then he is more likely over time to figure out that's the way we do it here. The dog doesn't necessarily have to understand, why am I in the left facing in this direction? It's repetition, repetition, repetition means that's the way we do it. Good job, buddy, good job. Heel. And the more repetitions I do successfully, the more that becomes his norm or his definition of sit. Sit. Good job, buddy. Good job. So he's a dog that as he gets tired, becomes a little bit more sensitive to the collar. So I just lowered it down from level 3 to level 2, which on the Garmin unit is very, very, very soft to keep him comfortable, and I don't want to cause him any concern. Other dogs, as they get tired, the levels will go up. He's a dog that as he gets tired, the levels reduce. Heel. Good job. Here. Good job, buddy. Good job, come on. Get him into position. Sit. Good job. Good job. So once he's in position, now I'm going to work on holding it. Initially, I'm just going to move my feet. My torso will remain in place. And if I need to, if he moves, I will lift the leash up and apply pressure again with the electronic collar. Good boy. Very nice. He's doing very well. Good boy, Luke. Good boy. Very nice. What I don't want to do is run away, and I don't want to show him my back in this first session of sit. Good job. And I'll change my direction. But I'm going to keep the distraction low. I'm not going to bring in squeakies or other dogs. Good job, buddy. Good job. And if he breaks, I'm going to bring him right back to the point where he was, resit him, and begin the exercise all over again. If a dog really struggles with doing this on the ground, then you can use a target like the place board, and you can elevate them, which will help them remain more stable. So you can incorporate place and sit at the same time. It really does help the dog. Elevation helps isolate the dog, helps them remain in position. So as I get close, I can give little tugs. Sit. Good boy, good boy. So a tug on the leash without a command doesn't mean move. Good boy, good boy. Very nice, very nice. Good sit, buddy, good sit. Come on. And again, always keeping him in the right position. Sit. Good job. Good job. So now I'll begin fading the leash out for demonstration purposes. And I'll be ready to correct if necessary. Sit. Good job. Good job. Very nice. Here. Good job, buddy. Heel. Good boy. Sit. Very good. No, heel. Sit. So there his body was turned a little bit, and instead of moving him physically, tap him with the collar, say heel, move him a little bit, get him in the right position, and resit him. Just to reduce the need for physical pressure. Good job. Here. Good job, buddy. Good job. Heel. Heel. Sit. Very nice, Luke. Very nice. And those are the basics of the sit command. Sit, heel, sit, heel. So, heel.